This has had a chance to dry maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Ideally, I would let it dry a little bit longer, but it seems pretty good. Might be one tiny buzz, tiny little wet. That's gone now. So I'm going to go in with my blues and purples, but I kind of want to make a duller blue. So I actually like to mix blue with a little bit of orange. But I have my orange showing through. Instead of anything really, I think I'm going to use matte. Want it to be a little bit translucent so this orange can show through, but it'll still read as blue violet. So I may using like the cool, just like Genta. I'm going to mix some of those on a piece of paper first, and then paint them on. So my blue. I have a decent amount of matte medium there, and I'm going to add these blue paints to it, but I'm going to kind of keep them slightly separated, but not too much. And when the matte medium dries, although it looks white, when it dries it's clear, and then I can also add water to make things a little bit more see-through. And again, I'm trying to go for like a dark, moodier background, and the warm colors that I have showing through here will help to add depth and actually darkness to that color. It doesn't seem like it because they're so bright, but they will. I need a little bit of water. You can see how I have a dry brush right now, how that's really streaky there, versus if I add some water on there. And I don't need to get the background to be this perfect shade of a single color on the first try. I actually kind of like this off texture that's happening right now, and that's not even because of there being too much or not enough water. It just seems like maybe that little spot kind of instantly dried and now kind of going over it. And I want some variety on here, and again, it's acrylic, so you can always paint over them. You can see I'm deliberately using these different blues. I'm not trying to cover everything consistently. I'm getting some water. I'm skipping around to different places. And I am also going the opposite direction of my background layer. There, I just grabbed some paint without any gloss medium in it. I didn't clean my brush or anything, but just paint that's going to be a little bit more opaque, a little bit more solid, and starting already to kind of create that sense of rhythm where things are repeating. That's more with the gloss medium again. Let me go a little higher up. There, now you can see almost the whole painting. And if I decide that I want more warm colors showing through, I can always paint them back on. So this is layer 2. So remember, my warm colors are kind of representing the past, the faded memories. Oh, let me get some magenta, more opaque. This is just the beginning. I still have a lot more layers that I'm going to do on here. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is work my brush in some areas more than others, so it'll start to mute together. Right now I have a lot of really vertical individual marks, so I'm just going to take a little bit of water. And I can change the length of my brush strokes and go a little bit of water here. And now those are getting even more muted, and then maybe I can take this maybe this dark area down here toward the bottom, and kind of work that in across. Again, a little more water. And you have to work fast with this because the acrylics do dry fast. The matte medium will slow it down a little bit. Make sure you get right up to the edges. And I think that area is a little bit harsh, a little bit more water. And I actually, now that I'm doing this with a brush, I kind of like that kind of peek through of the background. And clean my brush, see what happens. Oh, that was kind of cool. I think I hit that from the camera when it happened. Let me try again. I'm kind of like stabbing at the paper, kind of jabbing the brush right into there. So I'm cleaning the brush and getting some of those light colors to kind of peek through. And already I can start to create texture by going into a different direction. And if you don't like it, get paint over it. Experiment, take a chance. Oh, maybe I should do that for the stairs. One of the things that I like about what's happening right now is I'm getting these little color pops, but it's creating more muted colors around it. So it's like I have these cool colors in the front, I've got the warm colors popping through, but then they are mixing and making kind of a neutral right there. All right, I'm going to try something, and I may regret this, but I'm going to try, I mentioned before in the planning stage that I might want to do something with like a diagonal for that feeling of the crooked landing, and I was originally thinking black, but what if I just take a slightly smaller brush and with this wet paint, where do I see it? Like that. What's that? Okay, that's my layer 2.